This episode of A Midlife Less Ordinary is brought to you by Iron Imperium, epic clothing for legendary people. And believe me, Trevor and Wayne are a true legend.
You're listening to A Midlife Less Ordinary, the weekly podcast giving you the lowdown on becoming a cool older dude. The good times are not a faded memory. It's time to start living them again. And here are your hosts, Wayne and Trev.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of A Midlife Less Ordinary. My name's Wayne and this episode is entitled Iron Imperium, Strength and Honour. And Trev's here. Trev, Strength and Honour.
Strength and honour.
I was just going to say two things you lack in abundance.
Don't be such a silly sodus, Wayne.
Oh, you got me. But we
To
thought
be
we'd...
honest,
Go on then.
strength and honour, I've got plenty of it.
Oh,
Plenty of it.
well,
in abundance.
yeah. Well, let's talk about how you can get some strength and honour.
Yep.
No, we haven't got time for that. Maybe another time. We haven't need all the time in the world to work on you with that. So
Okay.
we thought we'd have this week all talking about clothing brands. The importance of a branding with people is high. It's beyond high, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. To be honest, I don't think you never grow out of it either.
And there's
I'm
brands
still
popping
really
up
into it.
everywhere, Trev, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, yeah. And the thing is, with big brands, we all wear a lot of name stuff. I'm a sucker for it. Always have been
I
as a
am,
kid, all the way through it, you know. But the trouble is, it's also generic, isn't it?
Yeah.
One company will do one thing, and then they all want a piece of the pie. So they just follow suit. So you're just buying a similar product with just a different name on it. None of it's really inventive, is it? None of it's like one company might come, like take it back to like the Reebok pumps because we remember that kind of stuff. The next minute it was kind of like, oh, this is new. Then every other brand, I had a pair of Nikes that pumped up.
Yeah.
In different boots, in different parts of the baseball boots. So this is it. It's kind
That's
of
that's beyond branding, isn't it? That's more. That's
Yeah.
about the concept of the actual type of product, but the actual brands themselves. I mean, I've got a few statistics here in the UK. You'd never guess what the top 10 fashion and clothing brands would be based on voting system. Have a go at number one. You just say anything.
Primark.
Funny enough, Primark are in there.
I thought they would be.
Yeah, I know you know a lot about Primark, but
I love them.
they're-
But to be honest, I bought some smashing cardigans from Primark. Smashing cardigans.
back to Valdunican again.
Back to Valdunican.
But yeah, the top 10 fashion and clothing brands in the UK in order are Clark's at number one. So the shoes.
Comfortable.
Adidas next, Nike, Levi's, TK Maxx, North Face, Matalan, Primark and Reebok. So from that, I take that a lot of adventure walkers, a lot of cheap shoppers. And sorry,
You know
people.
it because you are one.
Yeah, very
That's
true. Well, I'm looking at you now. I'm wearing a Marnie. It's like you say, what are you coming out with today? Well, what are you coming out in today, Wayne? Are you going to pick out another white Armani T-shirt out your drawer?
Yeah.
Just for a
you
change.
are a bit Armani man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You know?
I know,
Yeah,
this
but
is
if you like something.
it's just the fit. But to be fair, this episode is all about thinking outside the box with your branding.
Yeah. Very, very quickly, one of those makes you mentioned there, which I find, and I like some of their stuff, and I'm very surprised. It shows you if a company, no, strangely enough, it's not.
Oh, right, okay.
But North Face.
Yeah.
Now,
I've got some
at
stuff.
one point, it's nice gear.
It is good quality.
Yeah, and you've got other makes similar, like Jack Wolfskin and that are similar.
And if you go on holiday to Iceland, you're sorted. You know what I mean?
Well, the supermarket.
Yeah, exactly. Because I
have to wear
holiday there all the
North Face
time
gear?
because we're stuck at
You have to
home.
wear
Yeah.
North Face gear in Iceland, the supermarket.
You
to get
do.
in.
You do.
I understand.
Well, usually
Right.
you have to wear Slasinger and I shouldn't go down this road, should I? Carrymore. Lonsdale.
Carrymore.
Lonsdale.
Anyway,
back to
North
that.
Face thing.
Yeah.
Right. The thing is, take it back 10 years. North Face were just for, like, as you say, adventure walkers, mountain climbers, and it just shows you how a band.
How many mountains have you climbed?
Loads.
Well, I'm like the shaman.
Mountain.
I could climb any mountain.
Oh, dear. Don't get me started on them.
No.
Anyway, North Face.
He's a good. No, they're not good. They're not good children.
No, they're not
No,
good.
don't
They're not
listen.
good kids.
No.
Don't do drugs, kids. Honestly, yeah. One point it was just for those kind of people, and it shows you that it only takes like a kind of influencer of a rapper or something to wear their gear,
Yes.
and kids clamour for it.
Yeah.
But I say they were no, and it must be great if you work for those brands, and then all of a sudden your day comes.
Yeah.
You know, they've always known for that kind of adventure gear and thermal gear and Gore-Tex. Then all of a sudden, they just got their day. Every dog has its day, and they must be like, "What have we done?" I don't know if there was a marketing ploy where they really kind of.
I think they literally. I think
something.
it corresponded with that kind of adventure wear to start with, and it caught on, and the quality and the branding just collided, and just it become that kind of. You know what you're getting. It's not cheap, is it? That kind of gear.
Of course, no.
But you get what you pay for. The stuff is rugged, and you know it's a bit like me. So it's rugged and well worn. Rugged. Yeah, it's like me.
Rugged, a bit like you. Yeah, rugged and well worn.
Exactly, well worn.
Yeah, like an old wallet.
Yeah,
an old loose wallet.
You could have been a lot worse to me then. So to be fair, that's quite polite.
You know the ones you have when they're all wrinkly.
Let's just go down this road. But it's. But yeah, no. So today we're talking to a guy who had the concept of Iron Imperium, the brand, which is inspired by the Roman gods. It's Domenico from Iron Imperium. He's a marketing expert. He came up with the brand during the lockdown, and Trev's been a big admirer of the brand for some time and the concept behind it. Yeah,
because it's so different.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Yeah, it is. It's something like a completely new approach. You know, and there's so many saturated kind of tattoo brands, skulls, daggers, that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, I like a lot of that gear. I think it's cool. But all of a sudden, Dominic's come up with something completely different, and it just caught my eye straight away. Yeah, you know, but he'll obviously explain all the roots of it. And
it'd be interesting to find it in the passion behind the brand, which is what it's all about at the end of the day.
Because exactly, you couldn't run a brand like that with all the detail he puts into it and not know a lot about it.
No, exactly.
You know.
Well, let's find out. Let's to you, out, Domenico. Yeah. Hi, Dom. Thanks for coming on the podcast today. We'd just like to ask you as a first question, what is the ethos behind the Iron Imperium brand, and why did you start the brand?
So I had this idea for a few years, and the idea was to create something that had an identity. You know, there's so many brands out there. Everybody now is doing a clothing brand. They just take a logo, or you can go on any kind of website and buy logos and putting on your t-shirts and try to sell it. But the idea was to create something that would be inspired by what the Roman Empire was. Yeah. And also there is so many brands around concerning the Vikings. The Vikings did great things that can be inspiring, but I think there was so much culture on what happened in the Roman Empire. In particular, it's not only the Roman Empire, I'm saying the Romans, but in particular it's also Greeks, Egyptians, Persians, because the Romans, they were taking everywhere they were going, the culture of the place they were founding, they were taking for themselves, changing it. They were loving everything they were founding. And the idea basically arrived, I had this idea in a festival. So I was one of the first, I don't remember if it was the Hellfest of the Download. So it was, you know, in the morning you wake up, you don't even know what time it is.
Yeah, been there, mate.
Yeah, we've been there.
I don't even know who I am.
No, he doesn't.
I don't even know who I am. By the way, I'm Trev, by the way. Hello, Dom. I didn't introduce myself, sorry about that.
And you wake up and you feel that weird cold, but because you go to sleep, maybe it was warm, and then in the morning it's cold. You don't even know how to reach the toilet. So I was in a festival, and I think instead of thinking about life, what came to my mind was, I think something about Roman Empire could be something that could
like you do at Download Festival with a hangover.
That is an inspirational story. I thought it was some crazy shit when I've had hangovers, Dom. But
he's never come up with that.
I've never thought I'm gonna start a clothing company about the longest pier in the world in Southend.
Well, yeah. And also, when I said to him, we're doing a podcast about brands, he said, that's brilliant. He said, last time I was there, he said, I saw Cole Fogarty win the World Superbikes. I'm like, no, it's not Brands Hatch, Trev. It's not that. See, this is what I'm up against. So, yeah, no, that's very inspiring, Dom.
Yeah, that is.
It might be the environment because, going to this kind of toilets in a festival where there's no
mud,
there's nothing. It makes you think like you are in the Middle Age or you are 2,000 years ago.
Yes, I can see that.
Like the start of Gladiator when they're fighting in the Germania. Yeah, that
is. Yeah.
And actually, I think it was the Airfest because the Airfest, they have the organic toilet. The ones where you instead of using, there's no flush, you go out with this half bottle of plastic. You have to take this, the name, and you have to throw it on what the other.
You say that was Hellfest, Dom?
Yeah.
That's the French one.
Yeah.
I've never been to Hellfest. I'd love to go there. It looks an incredible festival.
No, it's amazing. I was used to download.
Yeah.
And here I decided to do both. It's back to back. The week after, a weekend after the other weekend. So it was crazy. The download was a year where download was called Drownload because all the mud.
It's raining.
Yeah, I left everything there. Tent.
We do that every year. We used to do that.
I left a 300 quid tent there. Not like one of these little cheap ones. It was like a 300 quid, and I didn't earn a lot of money in them days. Yeah.
Going back to that question, Dom, if you don't mind, I love the way you spoke about the Viking thing because we all like the Viking thing. It is cool, but it's so overdone, isn't it? There's so many companies. Because it's easy, I think, for companies just to jump on that. And I appreciate it with a TV show. But, to me, it has become just like too large. It's just become blanketed. And what you're doing is totally different. That is well cool, mate. Great stuff.
Yeah, thank you. It's easy to, everybody knows Odin, everybody knows Thor now. But basically, there was a culture 2,000 years, so which is could be 1,000 years before the Vikings. Yeah. And they were also being inspired by gods. Mars. So Mars was the word, which was Ares in the Greek, for the Greeks. At the end, the Romans took all the gods from the Greeks. The only one was a real Roman god. And they can be inspired. The soldiers that were going to war, they were screaming strength and honor. And they were driven by Mars. They were believing that Augustus, for example, the first Roman emperor, he decided he put this new, so the different version of Mars. Augustus put Mars Victor, the vengeful. And then they were believing that Mars was soaking himself of the blood of the enemies. So
yes, sounds well cool. Sounds like a great Man of War album title there. Just kind of all over that, Dom. All over that. Dom, when did you start the brand?
October 2020.
Right.
So I think so. October 2020 is the when I launched. The day I launched, I chose also the day of the launch. The day of the launch was the 12th of October, and in the Roman history was the day when Augustus came back from Persia. Well, at that time it was called Persia, and he came back with an historic peace with the Parthians. Yeah, and with this kingdom that the Romans were never been able to really conquer. They had loads of loss, and so it's fortuna. It's a day of luck, and that's why I launched in that day. The decision to launch was during the COVID. COVID has been it's been bad for lots of things, but basically for lots of other people made us think about life, think about things that we want to do, focus on other things. So I had spare time. So I said, you know what I can do? I can focus on what I always been wanted to do, something on my own, and I can really work on this. I started working on it I had already started before COVID, to be honest, trying to find the illustrator, the designer, developing the concept. But I think I speeded up during the COVID time, so I think from April.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I know Wayne will say this as well, a lot of people, as you say, did, and that's the whole idea of this podcast, is to look at what you can do and do something different. And we did exactly the same, didn't we, Wayne?
Yeah.
In the sort of COVID thing.
Because our time's exactly the same as Dom, yeah.
Exactly. Our time was exactly. So you're made for this show, mate. You really are.
Time also to focus on health as well, to have a better lifestyle balance. I've been doing so much workout during the COVID times, at home, in the park, much than usual. And the idea was, let's try to come out from these bad situations stronger than we were before.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But for real, not on words. People saying we're going to go out of this stronger. We're going to be better. Yeah, but
back of a T-shirt there, Dom. Slogan, back of a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Back of a T-shirt for you, mate, that slogan. Come out stronger. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Well, that's the thing, though. The brand's all about inspiration, isn't it? So it lends its hand to it. And you're living that. You're living proof that can be done.
Yeah.
And COVID, you're right. COVID there's either people that have been inspired and come out stronger and with more skills, and there's people that have let themselves go a little bit and perhaps not used it to its best time. So there's that. It's great that there's a brand there that hopefully inspire people.
Why Wayne's talking is he's actually looking at me when he said people let themselves go. I can see it in his eyes.
I think it's the camera. It's because of the camera.
You're too nice, Dom. No, it isn't. Trev's doing hula size in the park. That's about as good as it gets for him now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that is. That's my limit, Dom. It's not really. I do train. Wayne trains. Yeah. Again, I think Wayne's got a question for you about the kind of.
Yeah, I was going to ask actually, Dom, because obviously I'm interested in the brand as well. And but the thing is, with clothes, and Trev and I met up earlier, funny enough, because we've got some merchandise that we have and I wanted to try it on. And Trev's, we both train, but I'm quite heavy, and Trev's a bit slimmer, more athletic, and. So when I buy clothes, I have to buy them so they're fitted, because if I have something too big, it just looks like I'm fat, basically.
Dennis Rousseau looks like.
Dennis Rousseau.
Dennis Rousseau just cut his hair. Now he's wearing a tent.
In fact, that is exactly who I am. But, these new actually is fine. I was going to ask you, is that something you looked at when you created the clothing brand? Is it a good fit for kind of guys that are built bigger kind of thing?
Yeah. What I tried to do was I looked into loads of different T-shirts. Yeah. So what I started doing was, I'm at home, I couldn't go in a warehouse or anywhere else. I selected a few websites. I started ordering different quality of T-shirts, and I was looking to find a T-shirt that could be fit on the top, and then could be a bit larger on the bottom. So on the
Yeah,
cool.
And that's how I choose the right one.
I can see, because it shows your arms as well. I can see, doesn't it? Quite short, which I like. I prefer
disco
that.
muscles.
Disco muscles, as we like. Yeah,
I like to show the disco muscles off. That's what it is. Because you train yourself, obviously, you know about that kind of fit and what you want from it. That's the good thing. I think because I was going to ask you as well, who is your kind of target audience for this, Dom? Because obviously you've got a big music influence in it, because I picked up on that, and obviously there's a gym influence there. So are you just trying to kind of pitch it to all those kind of people, or,
I think that what you said before is I wanted to be different. So I had different passions. My passions are heavy metal, music, gym, workout, history, mythology. So I said, I need to combine all the things that I like, because if I need to run my own business, I need to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Right. It needs to be something that could appeal to people that likes heavy metal, that likes and that likes also history and mythology, something that has a purpose, a real meaning. You know, I don't. It's in the gym when I go to the gym. So people goes in the gym. They use all these really popular bands. So they one. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna mention some, but really popular.
You upset everyone. Do it. Go for it.
In the gym. You know, you don't. It's not usually you see a metalhead in the gym. You know, someone that is with the Iron Maiden t-shirts or Metallica, or if they do. That Metallica t-shirt probably is the Primark one or the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nothing against Primark, but I buy the t-shirts of the band. I go to watch Creator. I buy the Creator band.
Exactly. Exactly.
Behemoth, I do the same. Any kind of band, Manowar, and every band that I do. I don't buy that one that has.
No, I'm exactly the same, Dom. And Wayne's very much like that because he's always got like an ABBA t-shirt on. Or,
ABBA.
Like,
I thought you was going to say something serious. Then I was really engaged.
Where's his influence with Pride? You know, no, there's a lot. That's one pet hate of mine. I'm glad you said that. That you see people in Ramones t-shirts that couldn't name 2 songs by them.
Yeah,
that grates me. You know, you just think, just listen to the band.
Like
I remember sitting there years ago. And I was watching TV, and there was a TV presenter on there, and he had a White Zombie t-shirt on, and I was a massive fan of White Zombie. I'm not such a big fan of Rob Zombie stuff, but White Zombie I worshipped back in the day. And I looked at him and I thought, I bet he's got no idea if it's even a band. I bet some stylist has bought that for him and gone, wear that, because rock and metal t-shirts are cool. It's like when David Beckham was wearing an Exodus t-shirt.
Yeah.
He's never listened to like Fabulous Disaster ever, has he? To be honest, if David's listening to this, he can phone in or write to us and he can do the track listing. See how gutted I've been.
But yeah, it's becoming a kind of fashion for some people. I remember when I was 17, 16, I was wearing my Slayer t-shirt. People were taking the piece out of me. They would say, what is this? All this monster blood everywhere. to use it to sell. But yeah, I listened to the band. So I had a friend who brought me a t-shirt from Die Totenhausen. It's a German band.
I know them. I've seen them. To be honest, we were supposed to. The band I was in at one point were down to support them because they played in Southend. Believe it or not, I'm sure it was them. One of the German bands. Yeah, I remember them. Yeah, they were good.
I didn't know them, and she offered me this as a gift, and I said, "Oh shit, I'm not gonna put this because I don't know the band. If someone saw me." So I had to listen to all the songs.
Yeah, exactly. do your homework. Yeah.
I felt like something in myself I needed to do. So brand, that's the idea, to be different. Also, the way I'm trying to picture the history of Romans or the Greek or the Egyptian is in a much more dark way, which a metal influence. I like skulls. I want to use skulls. So one of my t-shirts, for example, Mars is crushing skulls. Or the Praetorian, the immortal Praetorian is a skull, and also the illustrator that I choose. And I have ideas to use different illustrators for different series of t-shirts. But I want to look on people that were used to do t-shirts for metal band. And actually, the one of the guys that I picked has been doing t-shirts for Creator, for Behemoth, for Dimmu Borgir. So I'm really been selected.
Good hands then, Dom. Yeah, you're in good hands, you know.
Talking about being in good hands, Dom, I've got hopefully, and talking of crushing skulls, actually, here's your chance to. That's great.
What a link.
You could now get your chance to crush Trev's skull in the weekly Test the Guest segment. Are you happy to take part in that? It's all about Roman mythology. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, he's going to kill me on this.
What a surprise.
He's going to get his sabre out and he's going to kill me.
That's good.
He's going to slay me.
That's good because now the people that follows my page on Instagram, they're going to have a laugh if I make it wrong. Because
this is always the problem, but it's just a bit of fun. But unfortunately, you've got to listen to this first, Dom. Test the guest. We're going to test the guest. We're going to test the guest. We're going to test the guest. Test the guest. Okay. First question to you, Dom. Rome is commonly thought to have been founded in what year? Is it, and it's multiple choice, is it 33 CE, 1201 CE, 578 BCE, or 753 BCE?
The third one.
578 BCE?
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, Dom. I thought that was right for a minute. I thought, because it's the wrong way round. That isn't an easy one to start with, to be honest. The correct answer. Do you want to have a go? No, don't. But the correct answer was 753 BCE. The Trev
I
starts.
thought that was times that we were going to get out of bed or something.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't a great question.
It's so true. Oh,
Yeah.
You're going to know this one now. Question to Trev. Trev, who was the second king of Rome? You don't need the multiple choices, do you?
I don't know any of them, so you better.
Was it Julius Caesar?
I know that one.
Was it Numa Pompilius? Was it Romulus? I thought they were in Star Trek. Or was it Vespasian?
Romulus.
No.
Dom, would you like to do that? Oh, hang on, let me give Trevor that first. Would you like to have a go, Dom?
It's Numa Pompilius.
Oui. Well done. Hold it back.
Julius Caesar is not a king.
There, see, if I'd have said that, I'd have been like a right muppet.
I had to clean my first mistake, you know.
He made up for that. Yeah.
Question 3, Dom. What was the Emperor Caligula said to have done during the Magnum Incendium Romae, excuse my pronunciation, the Great Fire of Rome, basically, in 64 CE? He ran while Rome burned. He fiddled while Rome burned. Caligula was not the emperor, or he slept while Rome burned.
So the myth says that he fiddled, but there are some theories that probably didn't. But that's what I read.
So you're saying he fiddled?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, again, the correct answer apparently is the correct. As if I know, I'm just reading it. But the correct answer was Caligula was not the emperor. It is common thought that while Rome was burned in 64 CE, Emperor Nero sang the sack of Ilium. Ilium was another name for Troy, and Nero is said to have thought the fire in Rome was comparable to the sacking of Troy. I don't really understand all this. This could be wrong. Well, you can challenge if you want, Dom. We asked for an official letter.
No, it's correct.
Dom must have been right that Caligula was fiddling, though.
I'm not going there with you, Trev, with this question.
I think the question was really it was good question, but it was tough because
rigged, Dom. It was rigged.
The emperor was Nero. That's why you got me.
I'd love to take credit for it being a great question, Dom, but I just copy and paste.
But I thought Caligula was just like
a film
time orgy guy.
Yeah.
Just like throwing orgies about all the time. I thought during the fire he'd just had like one big gangbang, wouldn't he?
Oh dear. He always lowers the tone of every. This is a serious brands discussion and a Roman Empire quiz. And you're just going there, Trev. Right. Behave yourself. Okay. Question 4, that's to Trev, isn't it? Who changed the religious face of the empire with his edict that is, of Milan in 313 CE? Was it Galerius, Trajan, Constantine, or Caligula again? He's popped up again.
He's popped up. He's getting involved.
He's getting involved, yeah.
Always got to get involved. Now, the only reason I'm going to say you're going
to say Constantine because you know the name from the film.
No, it's not just a film; it's a comic book, Hellblazer.
Oh,
this is it. So I go way back, mate. I'm not just one of these film nerds. I go.
Are you sure you want to go Constantine?
Yes.
Do you really? Don't you want to change your mind?
No, because I know you're trying to make me get it wrong because I'm right.
You git.
Dom knows it.
Yeah, I know. Dom's helping you, and he's too kind. Because this Zoom thing wasn't a good idea because he's nodding. He can't help it. He knew that was
also right. The thing is that Constantine was crowned in Britannia, in York.
Oh,
Emperor.
Oh,
I love adding value to the question.
added value is cool, mate. That's what it's all about.
Question 5, Dom. Who was the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire? Was it Romula Augustulus, Julian, Justin II, or Maxentius?
Could you please repeat?
Who was the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire?
Yeah.
And it's Romulus Augustulus, Julian, Justin II, or Maxentius.
Was the first one.
Ooh, well done.
See?
Yeah, very
I
good.
need to put it in my mind in Italian.
Yeah, my Italian isn't great. Sorry, Dom, but it is.
No. If there's one thing I just want to say now, is Bickers Dickers. Is that all right?
Oh, God, dear.
There was no way we were going to get through this without me mentioning that. Is there?
You've done it. You've done it. It's there. It's out there forever. Right, you know. Question 6 to you, Trev, quickly. What structure developed by Romans revolutionised the way that society lived by bringing running water into cities?
Oh, I know.
Was it Anglia sewage?
Oh,
Yeah, you see, I actually, as I was reading it, I was thinking he's going to know this, and I don't want you to get it. So now I feel like I'm going to give you an impossible answer. Now, go on in.
if Dom can get that one, I'll have another.
There isn't any others. I'll just make one up, I suppose. What was no, go on in. What structure developed by Romans revolutionised the way that society lived?
I won't have the multiple choice. I'd say irrigation.
What? No, wait for the answers, Trev. Is it forum? Is it aqueducts? Is it Hadrian's Wall or Roman roads?
Aqueduct. You know what? Life of Brian. Will the Romans never give it up?
That was a very easy one, to be fair. I don't know how that really easy one popped in amongst all the others. I don't want Dom to feel, but still, that was Dom won that. I think, I believe that was 3-1 or something. Of course he did, yeah. Of course. And it was only my pronunciation, the way he didn't get the other one.
No, I think Trevor is really good. He could work with me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it looks like I'm going to, by the look of it.
Yeah, he's not got a job here anymore. No, that's good.
No, we'll start our own one. It'd be like an Anglo-Italian one.
The Anglo-Italian Cup that Southend were in.
Exactly, yeah.
So, Dom, I'd like to ask now, what were the biggest challenges for you for getting your clothing brand right to the market?
Yeah, so there were loads of challenges at the beginning because for me it was completely new. I've been working in marketing mostly all my life, but I never launched a clothing brand. So one of the biggest challenge was to select the right t-shirts. So to find which t-shirts should I sell. So I started buying loads of different t-shirts to understand which quality I wanted to go for. And then, to be honest, there might be challenges the other challenge was understanding how could they do the delivery, the logistics, all this kind of stuff. But I spent loads of time looking at the different options that are on the web. So I think today, thanks to the internet, it's much more easier to learn. So you can really, if you have time, and you can use the internet in a really good way to find out resources. There's so many resources around. You can find it on YouTube, on Google itself, and then read. And basically that was the thing, trying to understand a word that I didn't know before.
The marketing side. Sorry, go on, Trev.
I hope you're listening to this, because the internet is not just a problem. Not just for problem. There's lots that you can learn. Dom has told you now. You can learn lots of things.
Look, I'll interrupt my Pornhub session just to learn about brands next time I'm on.
But there's lots to learn there as well. You know?
Hey!
I don't know, Dom. I don't frequent them sites very often.
Dom, saying about marketing and everything, obviously you're experienced in marketing. Actually, looking at your photo shoots and everything, very professional. Is that something you have done professionally, or is that something you do yourself with your experience from marketing?
Thanks. So the photo shooting was difficult. So the first photos, basically I had to take it in the kitchen of my house, and then the art is done by one of my friends.
Oh,
He's a
wow.
designer.
It's
And
good.
then basically transform the kitchen with thunders and stuff like that. And then I have other photos that have been done by people that I met in this experience on Instagram. So some guys that really liked my brand, and they said, it would be cool to do some, I can do some photo shooting for you if you want, just send me the t-shirts. So for me, it's easy. I send them t-shirts, they do the pictures. I have a couple of guys that they did it for me, and they did a really great job, girls as well. And then I have some of the photo shooting with, in particular for the women stuff. I have another friend in Rome that told me I did a photo shooting day with a model. So I have to say, it's happening really day by day. So some of them have been studied at the beginning. I had a friend, a designer, helping me. But others, they are arriving with people that likes my brand, and then I send them my t-shirts or any kind of different clothes, and they do the pictures for me.
Really suits the brand, doesn't it?
That's that old adage, though, isn't it? It's not what you know, it's who you know that gets you places. One thing I love about Dom's social media thing, especially on Instagram, is the little kind of historical questions you put up.
Yeah.
You'll put a picture of like a ruin or something, and you'll put it's so different to just people just...
And adds context, doesn't it, to the brand?
It does. Yeah. This is it. That's what gives Dom's brand such a cool identity, because it is... And being a bit older as well, I know obviously young guys would like, and girls, because it's sort of skulls and stuff, which is brilliant. But for older guys, it's not just sort of cartoony, if that makes sense. It's a lot more classic looking. You know, that is great. Yeah, that is brilliant. To be honest, Dom, talking about your company, have you got anything sort of new that you're looking at doing, like maybe a product that you haven't done before? Because one thing I love wearing is sort of baseball caps and stuff like that. And I don't know if you've done caps or anything. That would be something that, you know, I from a personal point of view, would be very interested in.
Yeah, not yet. I've been looking into caps. I've been looking into in other items. I look in tank top in particular, and also the lots of people that does martial arts, boxing. They're liking my brand, and one of the guy he just fought 2 days ago, Saturday night actually, in the Venator. It's an Italian circuit of MMA. And he's been wearing my t-shirts. He loves it. So probably in the future, what I'm thinking also is to do an MMA line, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
So shorts, this kind of, because also a bit more colorful probably, because I'm mostly at the moment on focusing on black stuff, some red, but a bit more colorful. So I think some stuff around MMA, tank tops. So there are different.
That's one thing. You talk about sort of tank tops. You mean like sleeveless t-shirts?
Yeah.
I love wearing them because that goes back to my like metal roots, because I was always cutting the arms off my t-shirts.
Same.
And you tried getting hold of like bigger brands, like gym-wise. You try getting hold of sort of tank tops that aren't vests. You know. That's one thing I've always searched for. I've always trained in like sleeveless t-shirts in the summer, and you just can't buy really good ones. You know, it's just, but something like that for your mate would be brilliant. It really would, you know. Yeah,
it's something that I'm looking into. I want to do the right one, because also some of the tank tops is also high wide. How wide is going to be the? Being a medalist, to be honest, I've been cutting my t-shirts myself.
Yeah, exactly. That was
I had people writing me on Instagram to ask me for tank top or sleeveless. So I told them, you can cut it. At the moment, I'm not selling it. I don't tell it. And some people replied, well, it's going to be, I don't really like to cut it. I like it. It's going to be not nice to cut the t-shirts.
No, that's what I have to do. I cut all mine. To be honest, when I can't get them, I cut all mine. You know, so it gets them horrible stains out that I get as well, Dom, underneath my armpits. I like to cut them out if I do it.
He can't be bothered to just use deodorant. Yeah.
I have a Motorhead t-shirt that I think I had it for 20 years probably, and I cut all the sleeves, so probably soon it's gonna be only the logo.
That's all that's left.
Stand up on its own. I've got a Rush T-shirt like that, and a Thin Lizzy one, and a Tesla one that are just kind of so. Quickly, John, to kind of finish up because obviously music's a big passion of mine, and same for Wayne. But who are your favourite band, dude? Who are the ones, man?
I have so many. It depends on the time, but I think the first metal band that I ever listened to was Manowar.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
Manowar is also I have it here.
Oh well, man. Superb.
Probably is my favorite, but it's difficult. I wouldn't say favorite because I like all of Metallica, Iron Maiden, the old one, of course, and then new one, like new for me probably. Now you have those Lamb of God. I love them. I love Amon Amarth. It's difficult. Creator, Behemoth. It's really difficult. But probably if I Manowar, Iron Maiden, they've been with me for all my life. So probably.
Yeah, exactly, man. Have you ever seen Manowar live?
Manowar, yeah.
Yeah, same here. They so loud, unbelievable, just real loud.
To see them,
Yeah.
I went to France. I've been seeing them here, and I was supposed to go to Germany this year to see them twice in 2 days. I travel a lot for concerts.
That's good, man. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've done a few gigs like abroad. It is cool.
So the brand is Iron Imperium. Dom, where's the best? I know that I think it's ironimperium.com, isn't it? But is that the best place for people to go to find your brand?
Yeah, ironimperium.com. I'm still too small to go on Amazon, all these kind of things.
Won't be long, mate. Won't be long because a company like yours, the coolness of it, mate, deserves to get out there. It's a brilliant brand. It caught my eye straight away because it's so different. It really is.
Trev loves it. I'm going to have a look, and I'm going to get older. So now you've told me they'll fit my huge muscular physique, Dom. I'll get something myself. Yeah, it's great.
It's tailored to you, Wayne.
Yay! Brilliant. That's great. We'll put all the links to obviously the website and the Instagram, Dom, on the website. It's been great to have you on. Thanks for coming on and giving us context to your brand. We hope we wish you every success in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks very much. Well, a lot of thought has gone into that branding, Trev. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah.
That what you said. You know, each helmet is attributed to the correct legion and everything else. I don't think I'll get George Armani coming on here and to be able to explain his little eagle in such eloquent terms.
No, I wouldn't have thought
to be honest. So I'm going to order some of Dom's t-shirts because I like. I mean, the passion behind the brand as well. You can tell it exudes from him.
And he's the history in that is great. It's like educational. It's like someone's not going to look at the t-shirt and go, "Oh, that's the wrong helmet that Skull's got on. It weren't around then." Yeah, because we all do that in films, don't we?
Of course.
Hold on, that weren't. So you're not going to get caught out like that. And the thought that's gone into it, that's what I like. It's not just kind of, oh, that looks cool, just slap it on there. It makes no sense, but it looks cool.
So it's a lot about fit, but he's even thought of that, because he's sort of catering. He
integrity,
said,
isn't it?
that kind of heavy metal, in a sense, gym wear. He's catered for all of that. So I can wear it, you can wear it. Youngsters could wear it, and the passion behind it kind of gives it an ethos, which I think is a little bit different to everything else. www.ironimperium.com.
Men and women's gear.
I say
men and women's.
If you check out their models and their photo shoots, it's very in keeping with the brand. It's Roman chains.
Their Instagram thing has got a lot of little history questions on it.
Yes,
you can go and answer like.
You could have done with reading that before you go in a quiz with him, to be honest.
Probably should have done. Should have done that.
Yeah. You don't like research. We keep it real here. Yeah, we keep it real.
Real is better than research. That's going to be
especially
my motto.
Especially where Test the Guest is concerned.
El Rilo is better than Researcho.
Oh,
does that sound all right?
That's worse than that accent you wanted me to take out that other episode. But but yeah, ironimperium.com. Search it out. You'll find some lovely yeah, as you can tell, lovely guy. Support the brand, please. These small businesses.
Small business, go for it.
Yeah,
help. Definitely check
conceived
it out.
of lockdown. Great idea. We'll put all the links on the website. As always, that's www.amlopodcast.com. Give us some abuse. Trev loves it. He reads it and then goes to sleep crying. It's all good fun. Yeah. And we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, Trev.
Yeah.
See you soon. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please leave a rating and review and visit our website at www.amlopodcast.com to check out all the links and resources in the show notes. Start living them good times. See you next time.